Exciting times for Newcastle United. It looks like we're on the cusp of making our second summer transfer signing in the shape of Nick Pope, the Burnley and England goalkeeper, for a fee to be believed in the region of about 10 million. I understand he's in Newcastle now having a medical, and if all being well, he'll probably sign on the dotted line tomorrow. But is he good enough? What's he going to bring to the squad? And will he, Nick Pope or Martin Dubravka, end up being Newcastle's #1 goalkeeper? So lots of questions, and in this video we're going to take a closer look at him. It's coming up. So I'm back again, it's Eddie from Tyneside Life, and if you haven't guessed already, I'm at the Hoppins on the town moor. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually doing a second video about the Hoppins and what it's all about, so I'll leave a link at the end of the video for you to watch that particular video. Before I get into the nuts and bolts of Newcastle's new signing, Nick Pope, I just want to mention yesterday I had my first guided tour. What's all that about, man? I did an outside tour of St James's Park and it was brilliant. So it was that good. I've put some more dates in, but I'm changing the date to a Sunday, 12 o'clock every week. So if you want to do this outside tour of St James's Park, check out my website, tynesidelife.com, make a booking, and I'll see you there. So we're about 2 weeks into the transfer window now, since the 10th of June. I'm hearing there are some sections of Newcastle fans who are shocked and frustrated by the lack of activity by Newcastle United in some purchases. For me personally, this is of no surprise. I knew this would probably take a little bit of time, not least because Dan Ashworth has come in and he's going to need 2 or 3 weeks just to feel his way around, to get his feet under the desk, find out what's going on, who's who, see where the improvements are, see where the potential are for bringing players through the academy, but also identifying players that we need to move out of the club, the 7, 8, 9 of them, in order to make some space to bring other ones in. That's quite a massive project, that, getting these players loaned out or sold, because we've got a massive wage bill as well. Bringing the players in, Dan Ashworth and Eddie Howe are going to be working closely together to get the right type of player for the right price and get the right deal. The owners are not going to be taken for mugs, they're not going to be milked for forking out too much money. That's just not going to happen. And Sven Botman's a good example of that, where Newcastle are holding out and saying, whoa, hey, we're not going to be ripped off here. Ekechike, you know this guy here, he's probably got an outside chance of making the French squad for the World Cup. He's already playing first team football for a French first division team, his hometown club, and he's banging the goals in. It's a bit of a risk to join a club like Newcastle United, so for him and his agent, the deal has to be right. He probably wants some sort of assurances of some first team football in order to have those opportunities to get into the full French squad. Plus there's probably wage complications for him and his agent. So it's no surprise to me anyway that these things are just taking a bit of time. But obviously things are just starting to move now with this purchase of Nick Pope. And for me, I'm really excited about this sign. I'm going to tell you why. So first of all, you look at Newcastle United's goalkeeping options. You've got Martin Dubravka, who's been our first choice goalkeeper for 2 or 3 seasons now. For me, I think he's a world-class goalkeeper, a very good goalkeeper. But our substitute goalkeepers, Carl Darlow and Freddie Woodman, they've had chances, they've had opportunities, they're good keepers. But for me, my opinion is they're not good enough. And that's led to a little bit of stagnation in the goalkeeping pool for Newcastle United. Bringing somebody like Nick Pope in, who I think is kind of on a par with Martin Dubravka, you know, a fringe international player, another, in my opinion, world-class goalkeeper. He's 3 years younger than Martin Dubravka. He's a centimetre taller. Nick Pope is 6'3". He's an excellent shot stopper, and he's helped Burnley over the past few years keep them in games time and time again. He's been brilliant for them, and he's been one of the reasons why it's been so hard for other teams to score goals against Burnley. He's that good. You look at his stats, he's just one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League. Who's going to be our #1 goalkeeper? I think if they both have a decent pre-season, and all things being equal, I think Martin Dubravka will start as our #1 goalkeeper. But I do think that when Nick Pope gets his opportunity, in a cup game or through some injury to Martin Dubravka, that he'll actually become our number one goalkeeper. I think there's something about him that he's got the edge over Martin Dubravka. I think he's going to lead the defence a little bit more solidly, a bit more of a leader. He commands a great presence in the air. He commands the box. Like I say, an excellent shot stopper with reaction saves. But arguably he's a little bit weak when he's clearing the ball with his foot. He has a propensity to make the occasional mistake, but don't all goalkeepers. But that's what I think. I think we've got ourselves an excellent deal in Nick Pope, 30 years old, and if he gets in the team for Newcastle, I think he'll overtake Jordan Pickford as England's number one. So the introduction of Nick Pope is clearly going to bring some added competition to the number one role for the goalkeeper position, but not just there. It's going to improve the Newcastle United defence by 5, maybe 10%. This is great for the club. So a couple of little bits of information about Nick Pope. He was born and raised in Suham in Cambridgeshire. His first club, big club, was Ipswich Town, but he went around, he kind of bounced around a few lower league clubs before eventually landing at Burnley in about 2016, I think it was. Correct us if I'm wrong. But the rest is history, and he's just went on from strength to strength from there. Hello Scott, what do you think of the Nick Pope signing?
I think it's a good opportunity for Nick Pope, coming from a championship team now, obviously being relegated. I think he needs a shot, see what happens, but he's England goalkeeper, so we'll go from there really.
So for the season coming up, who do you think will be our number one goalkeeper?
Dubravka, he's proven last season, done really well. Keep him in for now, and then try and switch to them both, and then see if Nick Pope can step into his shoes. Hopefully we can have two good goalkeepers and look to fight for a place.
So I just interviewed a Newcastle United fan, Scott, there about Nick Pope and whether or who would be our number one keeper. And I think I agree with him actually. I don't think you could probably get a credit card between the two keepers. They're both as good as each other on paper. But I think we should be optimistic going forward for next season, because whether it's Dubravka in goal or Nick Pope, I think we've got a very good goalkeeper between the posts. And there we go, I think we've got a cracking signing in Nick Pope, potentially our number one goalkeeper next season. But let me know what you think. Do you think we've got a good bit of business there? But I like these sort of players that Eddie Howe and et al. Are going for. You know, they're kind of under the radar a little bit. They're students of the game, they're dedicated, they're team players, they're popular, they're easy going. They're good, you know, they're going to mix in well. So personally I'm chuffed a bit. Let us know what you think. But also let me know who you think should be our next signing. So it's about 6:30 now, and it's really starting to fill up. There are thousands of people here now. Not as many as you'd get in St James's Park, but more than you'd get in the Stadium of Light. Gives you an idea how many people are here.